50 years ago, picking up a self-help book was taken as some kind of sign you weren't right in the head. But these days, we've thankfully moved beyond that insecure assumption and embraced the idea of constantly trying to be a better version of ourselves than we were yesterday. The thing is, though, not every self-help book is going to resonate with all those who thumb through its pages. To say the lived experiences of women are different than those of men is an understatement. And while a good book is a good book no matter the reader's gender, we've compiled a list bound to help out the women in our community of aluxers. But fellas, don't assume this means you shouldn't read them too. There's a lot of value in here, so let's get started. Number 1. Dare to Lead by Brené Brown. Are leaders born or made? Is courage something you can learn, or is it written in your genes? Women are often conditioned to believe it's a man's world, that women are too fearful and emotional to be leaders. Dr. Brené Brown disagrees. She says, "One of the most important findings of my career is that courage can be taught, developed, and measured. All it requires is commitment to doing bold work, having tough conversations, and showing up with whole hearts." This book examines the actionable strategies to cultivate braver and more daring leaders, no matter a person's gender. Number 2. Mating in Captivity by Esther Perel. Can you still desire what you already have? Can you keep the fire burning once you feel safe and stable in a relationship? In this one-of-a-kind book, Perel is looking at the couple dynamics in long-term relationships and how the quest for security and love often conflicts with the pursuit of passion. Perel grew up among Holocaust survivors, learning how to find joy and excitement where everything seems grim and without hope, feelings that can arise when one feels captive in their own relationships. Just like in all of her other books, TED Talks, and interviews, Perel forces the reader to ask tough questions and explore the paradoxes of modern-day society. Number 3. 10% Happier: How I Tamed the Voice in My Head, Reduced Stress Without Losing My Edge, and Found Self-Help That Actually Works by Dan Harris. Author Dan Harris suffered a nationally televised panic attack, forcing him to reconsider many of his life choices and finally face his anxiety once and for all, and he did that through meditation. In this book, he dives deep into what meditation is and isn't to help you introduce this simple yet effective strategy to improve many aspects of your life. When busy feels like a state of being, taking care of yourself can feel like wasting time. Harris makes a case for why you must do it anyway. And while it's true meditation won't fix everything in life and remove all stress, he says it will improve your life by at least 10%. And really, life getting any percentage better is a win. Number 4. The Art of Success: What No One Ever Taught You But You Still Need to Know by James Maloney. Ever wish you could grab a coffee with the world's most successful and brilliant minds and learn what sets them apart? By looking at 134 extraordinarily successful people, The Art of Success is your chance to peep into the way billionaires, business gurus, sports and rock stars, emperors, and philosophers have lived their lives to become the best in their fields. You'll find that by reading this book, you'll start developing better routines, greater habits, and a strong will to become nothing but your best self. Number 5. The Power of Vulnerability: Teachings of Authenticity, Connections, and Courage by Brené Brown. This is another gem by author Brené Brown, and although we could go on recommending everything she's written so far, we'll just stick to these two. The Power of Vulnerability, Teachings of Authenticity, Connections, and Courage is just what the title says, a manifesto for bringing vulnerability and authenticity into everything you do, not shying away from showing emotion for fear of decreasing courage or leadership. Brown says, "In our culture, we associate vulnerability with emotions we want to avoid, such as fear, shame, and uncertainty. Yet we too often lose sight of the fact that vulnerability is also the birthplace of joy, belonging, creativity, authenticity, and love." This is a must-read if you've been beating yourself up for showing your emotional side or think that success and emotions don't mix. You'd be very surprised. And Aluxers, you can get a free audiobook version of this book thanks to our friends at Audible by going to Alux.com/free book and signing up for the first time or with a new email. Number 6. Maybe You Should Talk to Someone: A Therapist, Her Therapist, and Our Lives Revealed by Lori Gottlieb. A book filled with candor and vulnerability, Maybe You Should Talk to Someone touches on the subject of psychological therapy and all the inner fights we face as we discover who we are and where we fit in the world. The book is presented through the eyes of the author and therapist Lori Gottlieb, who goes to therapy herself to deal with personal issues. The book shatters the stigma that often comes with seeing a therapist, shining light on the constant inner fight between meaning and morality, guilt and redemption, and hope and change. Books like these are great tools to help navigate your journey, but also remind us it's completely okay and healthy to talk to professionals as needed. Number 7. Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. There's a popular quote by former President Franklin D. Roosevelt that goes like this: "Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the assessment that something else is more important than fear." And that's what this book is all about. We're often taught that fear is a shameful feeling we should hide from if we want to be perceived as strong and powerful. But American psychologist and author Susan Jeffers will guide you through allowing yourself to feel everything, fear included, and still find the strength to act. It's a great book when you're feeling paralyzed by anxious, negative thoughts and want a little boost to start doing more. Number 8. The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. Although controversial and stirs up some heated debate between morality and the practical aspects of Greene's tactics, The Art of Seduction is probably one of the best strategic self-help books you'll ever read. The author goes through explaining the seduction game by presenting 9 different seduction typologies to understand how to choose the right targets, methods, and approaches when trying to allure other people or to avoid being manipulated yourself. The interesting aspect of the book is it's not about using seduction to find a partner, but more so a way of appealing to other people and making them like and support you in life, business, even politics. Number 9. Codependent No More: How to Stop Controlling Others and Start Caring for Yourself by Melanie Beattie. Despite all the progress made, women are often still conditioned to be caretakers first and foremost, endlessly accommodating the needs of others before their own. And this model is what traps a lot of women in codependent relationships, be them romantic, familial, and even basic friendships. If you feel like you're losing sight of your own life because the needs of those around you always overshadow your own, this book is a good fit for you. Melanie Beattie is a survivor of tragic loss and abuse. Through presenting the life stories, personal reflections, and self-tests of others, Beattie creates a guide to getting back on the path to freedom, hope, and self-sufficiency when you feel like there's no other way to live. Number 10. Take Control of Your Life: How to Silence Fear and Win the Mental Game by Mel Robbins. Through a combination of wisdom and humor, author Mel Robbins tackles some of the most common fears we're all facing, like the fear of change, rejection, and being alone with our thoughts and feelings. By unraveling 6 therapy sessions with 6 of her patients, Robbins touches on imposter syndrome, feeling trapped in the wrong career, and how to make it all stop and get your life back on track. Each session contains golden nuggets of information, provoking you to ask difficult questions and work through your emotions, negative thoughts, and anxieties to finally break free from fear and live your life to the fullest potential. And if you're looking for more books on how to level up your life and become the best version of yourself, check out our video, 15 Powerful Books to Change Your View on Life, by clicking in the top right corner. Number 11. The Art of Happiness by Dalai Lama XIV and Howard C. Cutler. Mostly presented as a series of interviews between Dr. Howard C. Cutler and the Dalai Lama, The Art of Happiness, as the title suggests, touches on the concept of happiness and how you can invite it into your life. The Dalai Lama believes in every person's right to search for happiness, and even more, that it's life's main purpose to find it. But how? If you're looking for a more philosophical approach on how to go beyond society's superficial beliefs of happiness, figure out what happiness means for you and how to achieve it, we definitely recommend picking this one up. Number 12. Radical Acceptance: Embracing Your Life with the Heart of a Buddha by Tara Brach. In this philosophical read, author Tara Brach brings you a fresh interpretation on a series of Buddhist tales and guided meditations to help you develop compassion toward everything that you are, from what you feel, what you've been through, and what you like. This book isn't about self-indulgence or passivity. Rather, it empowers you to embrace genuine change by embracing who you are as a whole, both the good and the bad. Beating yourself up for not doing or not being enough only breaks your development and slows down your progress. So if you notice it's hard to avoid speaking poorly of yourself, this is a good choice for you. Number 13. Your Brain at Work: Strategies for Overcoming Distraction, Regaining Focus, and Working Smarter All Day Long by David Rock. Emails, ads, to-do lists, phone calls, friends to meet, all of these can become really overwhelming if you don't create easy-to-follow systems and routines in your life. External factors can quickly chip away at your focus and ability to stay on task for more than 5 minutes. The book explores the way our brains work, why it's difficult to focus, and how you can better manage distractions through easy-to-understand examples backed up by scientifically proven facts. If you're looking for a book to help you understand how to utilize your brain at its full capacity, then this is it. Number 14. The 5 Love Languages: The Secret to Love That Lasts by Gary Chapman. In this book, Chapman discusses how to keep the spark alive and fresh in romantic relationships through the many demands, conflicts, and even boredom we face in life and love. But this isn't some kind of shallow how-to guide to make the sex better. This book digs deep into how and why we love the way we do, how we enjoy receiving and showing affection, and how to translate different love languages between partners. The book outlines a practical and insightful approach to showing and receiving love to experience deep levels of intimacy with your partner, especially if you're feeling stuck. Number 15. When Things Fall Apart by Pema Chodron. The author of this one is an American Tibetan Buddhist who became a Buddhist nun in 1974 and holds a bachelor degree in English literature. Her spiritual journey has inspired many of her works, which are designed to help people find their way, overcoming pain and difficulties on their path. When Things Fall Apart is a collection of talks she gave from 1987 to 1994, discussing painful emotions and how to cultivate wisdom, compassion, and courage in the face of adversity, while also exploring methods of working with pain and practices for revising life and toxic patterns. This book is full of wisdom and practical takeaways for dealing with everything in your life, and it's certainly worth a read. And there you have it, Aluxer, 15 self-help books for women. We hope you found some value in today's video, and if you did, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and don't forget to subscribe. Oh, and you didn't think we were going to leave you hanging at the end without a bonus, did you? One more very useful self-help book for women. Girl, Stop Apologizing: A Shame-Free Plan for Embracing and Achieving Your Goals by Rachel Hollis. Girl, really, stop apologizing for who you are, what you like or don't like, and all the big plans that you're working on. In this book, Hollis pledges for women to start tapping into their own power and stop defining themselves as who they are to other people, a wife, daughter, sister, mother, and instead start looking more at who they are for themselves. No matter where you are in life, if you feel like you're not 100% confident in who you are and keep apologizing and giving explanations for what and why you want to achieve things, give this book a try. It'll change the way you look at life. Period.